All right, welcome to Denver Christian High School as we bring you ColoradoPreps.tv, Chassa.tv action on a Tuesday night in Denver, Colorado. Starting to be a packed gym here, a nice venue for a good game. Defending state champions, Denver Christian Crusaders, meeting the runner-up of the state championship last year in 2A, the Limon Badgers, both evenly matched. Should be a good game. I'm joined by Tristan Samuels, and I'm Tim Anderson, and we are on the NFHS Network, and glad to bring it with you. Welcome to all sports fans across the state of Colorado. Tristan, good to have you with us.
Good evening, Tim, and good evening, Hoops fans. If you have not been with us for the season and only caught a couple games, this is the one that you want to catch tonight, so we're glad to have you. It is going to be an awesome game. We have got top stuff on tap for you. We've got everything you could ask for. We've got top scorers in the state here. We've got unbelievable shooting percentages. We've got some big boys out here ready to strap it on and see who is the best. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've got two of the leading scorers in the state, in Gavin Liggett and Tate Castens. The two went head-to-head last year, and Castens came out on top of that. And Kylie is more than welcome to put on a set of headsets. I have an extra set. So if she'd like to join, we have Kylie Samuels, a great basketball player in her own right. And if she wants to join us, she's more than welcome to. She's shaking her head vigorously. Oh, my goodness, that's a no. I think that's going to be a no. All right, we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and announce some starters real quick. And these are approximate starters. And that will start with the visiting Limon Badgers. Number 1, Kerrigan Capel. Number 23, Gavin Liggett. Number 44, Cody Bennett. Number 10, Tristan Rubisam. And number 22, Luke Meyer. And those will be the starting lineup for the Badgers, coached by Dirk Peterson. They are coming in at 12-6 for the year. For the home Denver Christian Crusaders, number 10, Eric Amon. Spikestra is number 22. Let me get that on screen here. There we go. Van Epps, number 8. Number 5, Tate Castens, number 4. And again, I may be wrong on the starters, but Josh Borgum, number 24. Those will be your starters. Coach Ray Van Hoekelum took over for the legendary Dick Cotty. And Dick Cotty, as I understand, will be on the bench tonight. In the building, the legend. He's in the building. So I'm sure we won't be able to get an interview with him, but we'll do our best. And great guy, been around a long time, and obviously one of the great ones in the history for the prep basketball. Well, did you say back-to-back state champions? They are back-to-back state champions. Also, they were also baseball state champions in 2013. Had a great run there. So a great, just a great school with a great sports history. So two teams coming together, two schools coming together, two communities coming together in a good one. Great backgrounds on both of the high schools here, as obviously Limon has a storied history, as well as Denver Christian. So yeah, a good game tonight. Two great programs coming together. And Tim, what do we have? I know this might be calling out for a big stat on the spot, but lifetime versus. Do we have? Right now, Denver Christian, I think, has the advantage. I think it's a 3-1 advantage in lifetime, I believe. And that's been over the last couple years. Denver Christian dropped down from a higher classification, so Limon has just started playing them. Of course, played them in the state championship in 2012, lost. In 2013, they came into the league, and so they played them at the latter part of last year, won on their home court, and then actually, no, they lost. I'll take that back. They did lose, if I remember right. So it might be. That's a good question. That is one I'm going to research here in just a second, so give me a second, and I'll find the answer to that. So. Well, in any case, Hoops fans, really good matchup tonight. A couple of tough teams, and
on the Badgers side, you've got Gavin Liggett, who's having himself an unbelievable season. Currently shooting 82% from the 82% from the free throw line. Only 36% from the 3-point line, but he has put up 331 shots this year.
That's just an incredible stat.
That's a lot of shots for a young man, and it's evidence that he really carries his team and does a lot. He scored 411 points on the season, 45% field goals. Back that up. Excuse me. You're going to back that up with 25.7 points a game. The next closest scorer for the Badgers is going to be Tristan Roberson with 7 points a game and 3 boards. And then on the Crusaders side, we're looking at Arik Arman, a junior. He's averaging 10.5 points a game, 4.6 rebounds. And then Tate Castens, 16.1 points a game, 3.5 thereabouts assists per game, and tearing down 9 boards. So a couple of threats there from the DC Crusaders, Denver Christian Crusaders. Excuse me, folks, for clearing my throat in your ear there. But I will say that there's a bit of a dark horse on this DC Crusaders team, and that's going to be Van
Epps.
Is it Van Epps?
Oh, or Van Rokel.
Van Rokel, I believe. Now, Van Rokel might not have put up a ton of points this year, but he is shooting the ball at a great percentage, 50% from the field.
Wow.
However, he's only put up 20 shots. But if we look at his 3-point percentage, let's have a look here. Make sure I get this stat right. No, I've got it wrong there. I'm sorry. It's actually Davis who's shooting a 36% from the 3-point line. He's a senior. Only 4 for 11, but that's a pretty good percentage. Shoots 79% from the free throw line and 45% from the field. So he could be a dark horse in this game tonight. And he's only putting up 3.9 points a game. So a quiet one, but kid is capable with those kinds of percentages.
Boy,
so,
no kid.
And that's kind of what one of these games come down to. And I feel like I'm speed talking here a little bit, but what these games are going to come down to with the talent that we have on each side of the floor. Gavin Liggett is obvious. We know what he can do. It's going to be about what the rest of the guys
the supporting cast.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
Right. Thank you, Tim.
And I do have some updates on. So last season, in 2013, the Badgers had the Denver Christian Crusaders on their home court. It was a 71-55 win for the Badgers. And then at the state tournament, at the state championship, the Denver Christian beat Limon so it was a 1-1 last year, and then the previous year before that, the Denver Christian Crusaders beat the Badgers in the state final, 54-50. So
tight one.
Yeah. So basically, it's been tight games all the way along. Right now, the Crusaders have the edge, 2-1 over the Badgers. So Badgers may be looking to even it up tonight. So if anybody's got any different information out there, again, text me 719-740-1361.
And then Limon Badgers coming into this game with 11-4. Is that right, Tim?
Actually, the Badgers coming in at 12-6.
12-6.
The Denver Christian Crusaders 11-5. So very similar records. I really think these two teams are probably matched very well tonight. Again, kind of the whole backdrop to their seasons. Both of them coming off of very good seasons and losing a lot of their starting lineup to graduation and having to rebuild a little bit. Plus, we got Ray Van Hookelum in his second year as a head coach after replacing the legendary Dick Cotty.
Well, I got a couple of things I want to point out here. The first thing I want to let your fans know, the reason for a little bit of a delayed tip-off tonight is that we are having senior night here at Denver Christian. The seniors are honoring their parents and on their last game on their home floor as seniors.
And actually last game in this gymnasium. They're going to a new facility next year, and so this will be the last game that they play as Denver Christian Crusaders.
So that is a nice little subplot that we have running through this game tonight, Tim. The other thing I wanted to ask you, Tim, is there any jumbling in the seedings, depending upon who wins this game? Is it pretty much academic at this point?
No, there'll be a jumbling in the seedings. This is a league game. So, I mean, the winner tonight will improve their seeding. There's no doubt. So,
Coach Peterson, I spoke to Coach Peterson before the game this evening. He seemed to feel as though they were looking at possibly a number 3 seed. So, it'd be interesting to see. They might be battling it out for that number, the 2 or the 3 seed in this game tonight.
Very possible.
Everything's on the line for it tonight. You've got the Crusaders that got all to play for here on senior night, and the last game for the seniors on this floor and the last game in this gym. That's a huge narrative, Tim. Where are they moving to?
They're moving over to, it sounds like Wadsworth and Hamden, I'm sorry. So it'll be, wow, there you go.
I'm sure the fans getting to see that.
And they are. If I would get rid of the... there we go.
I think that must be a tradition for Denver Christian, and that looks like the boys let their parents slide in and do their little pregame ritual. That's really cool, yeah.
That is.
Yeah, that's part of the thing you got to love about prep hoops, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, you got to love the fact that, I guess for lack of a better word, there's still an innocence to this. There's still a great tight-knit family atmosphere. I mean, there's just a lot of good things, a community atmosphere especially. Even though we're in the middle of Denver Christian obviously operates as a smaller community, small high school. So
yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see, and you kind of, strip away all the nonsense and the madness, and kids come out of this level and they go ahead and they play college basketball, and they don't have to come from big 5A schools, and it's just great to see kids, even Limon being a small school, kids, they come and they play and they strip all the nonsense away, and there's none of the garbage that comes along with this, being recruited constantly.
And I was just going to point out, too, I had Aaron, our camera person here, point at the bench, and that is the legendary Dick Cotty, who will sit on the bench for the Crusaders tonight. He's in the gray sweater vest with his back to us, so that'll be awesome for the Crusaders in their last game here. So
awesome. Well, it looks like we're getting ready to tip it off here tonight. And stay where you are. Do not miss a thing. If you haven't got your glass of iced tea yet, then you want to grab it real quick, because we're about to get this one underway.
All right, Tristan Samuels, Tim Anderson on the call tonight. Glad to bring you basketball in the state of Colorado as we approach state tournament time.
It's going to be Brewer and Liggett in the jump. Brewer wins it easily.
Actually, that is Castens.
Oh, I get that wrong. Oh.
No, that's all right. Tate Castens. And quickly, here come the Crusaders. And, that was number 22. That was Luke Spikestra, who tried to take it in and lost the ball. The Badgers will get it on the turnover. And so not exactly the way the Crusaders wanted to start out, Tristan.
Yeah, it looks like Lyman's going to get right into their double down the way and get Liggett, trying to get Liggett going from the outside, which is absolutely what we're going to need. That's an awesome pass. Great vision by that young fella.
And unfortunately, it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be, Badger ball. So a quick start. Boy, great energy by both teams. Obviously wanting, this would be a great way. This is the Badgers' last game of the season. The Crusaders actually have 2 more coming up this week.
2 more games.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on in the schedule there, but there is Luke Meyer, and he'll hang one up, and it won't hit any iron. It'll be out, and we'll have a foul.
It's going to be some early game jitters, Tim. Both teams want to come out and really assert themselves early. Usually happens with a game of this magnitude.
And that's going to be Cody Bennett, pardon me. Spikestra over to Castens. The Crusaders in their white jerseys, home jerseys, trimmed in blue.
Castens is a big kid.
Rangy.
Catching the ball on the perimeter. He's already showed us his vision early. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do. on the night. Clearly their leading scorer, but tall kid, a little bit wiry.
Oh, and Van Epps with a nice hanging one-hander. Can't make it go. There's Castens. Boy, neither team can make it through the hoop tonight.
Tell you what, the basket's got a lid on it right now for the Crusaders.
And they're going to call offensive.
Yeah, I missed that one, Tim. Was that a
offensive foul? That's going to be Cody Bennett's second foul all of a sudden. A little bit of jostling underneath, and they're going to call it.
It's a tough start for the young fella, but Lyman's going to back that up by bringing in number 32, which is going to be Christian. He's played well in the last few games, as I recall.
And there's Castens, who will take it to the hoop, gets his own rebound off the miss. And Devin Christian in the game right now for the Badgers, and he'll be the one whistled for the foul.
So Castens going to try and get his shot going with his first trip to the line tonight. That was a pretty assertive drive on the left hand, going down the lane for a right-handed player. It's pretty solid, showing some pretty solid skills there. It was a bit of a wild shot, but he was able to get his own rebound, power it back up, and get the foul. He does end up missing the first of two there.
Yeah, boy, Castens uncharacteristically cold start here. 1-0 is the score. No, that is not a mistake with 5:58 to go here in the first quarter.
They're going to match the bigger Castens up on Gavin here at the top and see if Castens' size is going to be able to provide any deterrent to Gavin's ability to fill it up.
And as we said, Luke Meyer in the previous games when Liggett has gone cold, Meyer tries to get him started and does on a 3. 3-1 is the score.
And we might have to have a discussion here a little bit later on, Tim, but there seems to be a lot of Vans. There's a Van Epps and a Van Broek and a Van Rokel and a I can't even say number 24's name, Bajorgum.
I think it's we'll have to get it.
And then you got Busen. Seems like, and then the coach.
Oh, and there's Liggett with a three-pointer, making it 6-1. And the Badgers out to a quick start here, 5-point lead.
And the coach's name is Coach
Van
Hukelum. So I'm not sure if you're a Denver Christian fan and you're listening tonight and you want to text in or type us a note.
Yeah, please do. Let us know the history on that.
Yeah, give us a little bit of insight into the Van system here. Is that Dutch, Tim?
I believe so, yeah. I mean, and I need to do my homework on the history of the school, but definitely a little bit of a Dutch or a German as Spijkstra goes to the line. And
the Netherlands.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
I'll see if I
knew a few soccer players with the.
Spijkstra gets it to a 3-point game. 6-3. Yeah, if you want to text me at 719-740-1361 and give me an idea of kind of the history behind the connection there.
Yeah, let us know a little bit about that, Crusaders fans. We are definitely intrigued here on the call. Tristan Roberson comes up short.
Big rebound there.
Off the baseline 3.
Capel with a nice job as number 23, Davis, ran out of room, and Capel stepped in to intercept the pass.
Van Broek is going to pick up three-quarter court here.
Reed Vanden Broek. And Liggett in and out. Rebound, Rubisam off the rim, and count it. Off the backboard.
Rubisam, a beneficiary of being in the right place at the right time. Ball came straight to him. This time he uses glass. Makes it 2. I didn't really see the foul there, but nonetheless, to the line for the extra one.
Yeah, it looked like it maybe just a soft touch there, but didn't look like a big foul from here. But again, we're a little ways away from the action.
And just in case the fans are curious, national rankings I have here. Denver Christian ranked 10,292 in the nation, 148th in the state, while you've got the Badgers 12,518 and the state rankings 181. That's completely useless information there for you guys listening. but I thought it was entertaining. So
Yeah.
there you have it.
There you have it.
Just in case you need a little bit more useless information to share with your friends, there you have it.
Score here is 9-3. First quarter, 4:02 to go.
And Max Preps does a good job.
They do, Max Prep. ColoradoPreps.com obviously is our website that you can go to and get right up to the date. Oh, and Liggett from NBA! My goodness.
But I tell you what, we've caught a few of these games with Gavin Liggett, and he's an impressive kid to watch. He hasn't met a shot he didn't like, but I tell you what, his proficiency has been something from that kind of range, Tim.
Yeah, exactly. And Tate Castens cannot get that ball to fall right now. And a miss there by Rubisam. Nice rebound by number 24, Bjorgum. We'll get a pronunciation. I apologize if I'm... Oh, and they're going to call a carry on number 33. That's Vandenbroek.
Yeah, Liggett's put up 168 threes this year. We talked earlier and before the broadcast, he put up 331 shots from the field, but 168 of those are going to be from deep. And fans, it is some deep threes that he's putting up there.
And there is a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Right now you've got Limon Badgers up 12 to the home team 3. Tim, the Crusaders just cannot get anything going. They're being aggressive. They're showing a little bit of grit, but the basket seems to have a bit of a lid on it. I'm sure that trend will not continue. But
no, I mean, you got Tate Castens out there who will light it up. And then when Tate has not played well, I know a couple games Spikestra has stepped up, and I'm sure they'll have another cast of characters. Denver Christian nor Limon are ranked in the top 10 here in Colorado. Both of them previous state championship title teams, or runner-up and state title teams.
Limon Badgers run a little bit of pair screens, trying to get some of their guys open, and Liggett just settles. And another.
Are you kidding me?
Another blue line 3. That's huge. The kid has got confidence boiling over.
15-3. I would have not thunk it. And again, the Crusaders cannot seem to take care of the ball. And they're going to get a foul there as Rubisam will be whistled for it. And number 44 was the recipient, Jordan Peters, a senior. Out on the floor for the Crusaders, it's Peters, Castens.
We haven't seen much out of Arman either this evening. Hasn't been. I mean, the kid shoots, an amazing percentage from the 3. He's a 48% shooter from the field.
And you know what? You just woke him up, because there it is right there. He just got his first 2 points of the game.
45% from the 3. So, we're going to look to see if they can get him open. But right now, Limon is pressing the issue here and taking it right to the Crusaders.
And Christian loses the handle on it. Crusaders will come back.
I'll say that as Arman is strong with the ball and maintains possession for his team there.
Minute 57 to go, 15-5, 10-point lead for the Badgers.
There he is in the corner. Great pass. It's a good look there.
And that was Peters on the shot. Just didn't fall for him. And here comes Liggett. Liggett with Castens on him, and he'll make a move. And Liggett feels it. Oh my goodness.
Now that's not a good sign there for the Crusaders with Gavin Liggett not only making deep NBA threes, but getting to the basket as well.
Well, and he made a fake and a crossover move on Caston and got open and did that with a little bit of pressure on him.
Caston, quite the athlete, and there we go. Armar just cannot get it to drop. Caston looks like a great athlete, tall, but I'm not sure that he can really stay with Gavin Liggett's speed. Gavin Liggett's got a top drawer full of moves that he can deploy at any point. And as Caston's going to the basket,
goodness,
just cannot get it to drop.
That Caston's right now, I mean, unbelievably cold. Leading scorer at 16 a game.
He's going to try a 3. Can't get that to go either. They do get the offensive rebound. Ahmad, I thought he might have got fouled on that one, Tim. He gave the referee a bit of a look. Referee says no dice. Let's go the other way.
And there's Matthew Florick in the game. And Yao will put it up and miss it. And away with the rebound will be Levi Viss, junior. Heavily laden senior team.
Yeah.
Inside to Peters.
Little Matt Florick.
Oh, nice.
That's a great give and go there. Yeah, there you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Castons to Aman. Getting it going tonight. Gavin Liggett pulls up for another deep three. That one's in and out, Tim, as we go to the break after one. 17-7, Limon Badgers up over the DC Crusaders.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a quick break. You are watching and listening to ColoradoPreps.tv, Chassa.tv.
Know why I like high school activities?
Because they're fun.
You know what I don't like about high school sports?
Too much pressure from parents.
Seeking balance in high school activities is important.
Parents need to support and encourage high school students and not set unrealistic expectations. Give the games back to us.
And keep activities where they're supposed to be.
Fun!
All right, back here at Denver Christian High School. Second quarter action about to start. And the Badgers will have it. Florick to Meyer.
And Meyer's been a real impact player for the Badgers this year.
And a quick takeaway by the Crusaders. And they're going to call a block on Grant Yao. That was number 11, Miles Adams, a senior, who took the ball right out of Florick's hands.
Miles Adams into the game, a senior. And he's got some pair of shoes on. And
Yeah, he
there.
does. He
It's
does.
quite the combination there, Tim.
Yeah,
He's got some peach shoes. If you can't see on the film there, folks, he's got some peach shoes with some green socks. And apparently the fans here are not in agreement with the officiating.
no, definitely not. Oh, nice move. And they're going to call a travel. That was Josh.
Bjorgum. That's
We're going to find out what that is.
we're gonna settle on Bjorgum, but great drive. I thought that was nice all the way. He was really aggressive. Got to the basket. Just got pinged for a travel. The Crusaders cannot seem to do anything right now, and it's my hope for the Crusader fans out there that they can start to get something going. As Luke Meyer drives hard with a little baby hook from the right side, from the left side. Sorry.
And note, I was just going to say, note that Gavin Liggett is out of the game, as well as Castons. So they're going to, when Castons comes out, I think Liggett's going to rest, or vice versa.
Okay.
So it'd be interesting strategy there. Here comes Liggett back in.
Liggett comes back in, and they're going to bring in number 22. That's going to be Spikestra.
Yep.
I tell you what, Luke Meyer's really been a spark.
He has.
Not that Limon needed one, but he came in and made a tough drive for a two, and then comes back and causes the turnover to get his team back the ball. Gavin Liggett works up top. Drive and dish.
Nice jump switch by the Badgers back there, and that is Bandy for the three. No good. Rebounded to Spikestra.
Yeah, Badgers just playing some efficient basketball right now. Just hard drives and with kickouts, they're drawing that extra defender, and creating closeout situations for the Crusaders. And weren't able to make the shot on that situation, but doing a good job offensively.
And Van Rokel on the baseline. Nice job.
It's a nice drive. Use the backboard as a little bit more of a defender there, to keep the defensive player out of reach. Nice little kiss off the glass.
10-point game here, and Grant Yao loses the handle on the ball. They're going to call it off of the Crusaders.
That's going to be off Spikestra. He seemed to be under the impression that was a Crusader ball, but the referee coming across from mid-court decides against that. So see Bandy control now.
Yeah, it's Bandy, Capel, Meyer, Christian, and Liggett in the game for the Badgers. Van Rokel, Amon.
Liggett just has a look of determination on his face this evening. He is.
Good ball movement.
Oh, that's
Badgers.
a
Nice
pass.
Oh, and he can't finish it.
Can't make it finish. But like I said, Tim, earlier, that's Luke Meyer again coming up with the play. Now we didn't get the finish on that one, but great play.
Miles Adams tries to take it in.
Yeah, I think the moment's just kind of big for them at the moment. They just need to settle down. The Crusaders have got all the talent in the world to to get back in this game. They just need to relax a little bit.
They do. They almost look rattled and actually a little flat too. I don't know. Energy level at the beginning of the game was good, and then when they started to miss a few shots,
yeah,
you could feel that collective.
It's tough on the psyche, of kids this age. They miss a couple shots, and all of a sudden they start believing that nothing's going to go in, and you really just need to settle down and try to get some good looks on the inside. And they've done that a couple times here. They should need to keep that effort up. They're moving the ball well.
Yeah, they're looking. They're moving. Oh, there's a three-pointer, and that is number 12, Levi Viss. A junior. Gets the Crusaders closer.
Right as I say, they need to look for one inside. Viss bombs one from outside. Tristan Roberson.
And nice job as it's tipped away. And here comes Viss. He'll take it in, and they'll be, wow, they're going to.
Okay. This is exactly what the Crusaders need. They need to build a little bit of a run here. Obviously, away fans not in agreement with the blocking call there, but one of those 50-50 ones, Tim.
Yeah. Interesting, Gavin Liggett talking to the official about the call and just kind of questioning a little bit about how the call was made.
He's showing his maturity there.
Oh, exactly. I mean,
not a lot of high school kids have the confidence to be able to have a conversation with the officials, and Gavin Liggett showing.
And they're going to call a foul. Nice job. Christian tried to get it out to Rubisam, and they're going to call that on number 32. No, that was 20. It's got to be 22.
If you've just joined us, got a high-paced game here in Denver, Colorado, between Denver Christian, the Crusaders. I like to call them the DC Crusaders, and Limon Badgers. The Limon Badgers look like they'll run away with it early, but Crusaders have been on a little bit of a run here last minute or two, and they fought their way back to get it within 6, Tim.
Yeah, actually the run, pretty good run. Actually, it was a 15-3 score. Have come back, and it's basically been, do the math for me there, 9-4 run.
And that's get it to within 7. Sorry, not 6.
A nice hustle there by Liggett. And
the littlest man on the floor, Floric, gets back and helps Liggett there and hustles back and ends up kicking it out of bounds, but saves a sure layup there, Tim.
Yeah, good hustle.
Let's see if the Crusaders can get themselves a bucket on this out-of-bounds play. They desperately need it.
And Castens to Spikestra. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Wow.
Luke Meyer stood in there and took that shoulder in the chest, and I know what Spikestra was trying to do there. He's just trying to clear a little bit of space for himself. Unfortunately, the referee saw it as a little too much, lowered the shoulder, cleared out too much space, and that's going to be his 3rd foul, Tim.
Wow. That's going to be a tough one, as they're going to probably have to sit him shortly, as he's one of the key ingredients to the success here of the Christian Crusaders. Oh, and Liggett tried to force it in, got his own pass rejected back, and then just puts up a 3.
A kid, whether you're a Crusaders fan or or a Badgers fan, you gotta love watching the kid. You know, he tries to feed the pass, throws it into 2 defenders, gets it right back to him. He goes, well, this is my range.
Yeah.
And bombs one from deep. He is on fire so far this evening.
And he's unflappable. I mean, the kid just is thriving under some pressure right now, and that is going to be a foul on Rubisam. That's 2.
Not only shooting, Tim, but he's getting his teammates involved.
He is. Yeah, he saw the pick and roll there. He saw Christian roll down. Perfect opportunity. Just tried to run it through 2 players.
Yorgum nails 2 free throws to smooth it out a little bit for the Crusaders as we got Floric under control. It's Bandy from the corner. Finds Liggett. Little Floric. Badgers working a little bit of dribble handoff here. And a little pick and roll. You know, Tim, I don't know if you've noticed, but at all levels of basketball, the pick and roll has really become much more of an emphasis over the last couple of years, and it's really started at the NBA level and the international level, where they play a lot of 2-man basketball, a lot of pick and roll basketball, and it's slowly but surely filtered its way down through the college game and now into the high school game. Is that something you've noticed, or is that just something that I'm dreaming about?
No, I don't. I think it is something. Yeah, definitely I've noticed. Tell you what, I'm going to take care of a technical issue here. And I'll let you just take the call there.
All right, well, fans are sorry we got some additional technical difficulties, but we'll continue. If you can hear me, I will keep calling the game. But as I was saying to Tim, the pick and roll game has become a large part of basketball at large as Coach Peterson takes a timeout. It's just going to be a 20-second timeout. Now, pick and roll basketball has become huge, and the different variations and the different types of players that will run the pick and roll, you know, they're not always going guard to big. Sometimes they're doing, you know, small forward, power forward with a big, and sometimes, you know, using the guard as the screener so they can get a little bit of a mismatch. Maybe have the guard down in the post, or, you know, pick and flare. It's just been a huge change in the way the game has been played, and I think the biggest impact has been at the college level. NBA guys, here's one thing, but when you see that kind of offense start popping up in the college game, where traditionalists like to see the Princeton type offense, they like to see continuous motion offenses, pick and roll coming into the college game is a real change.
And we have a momentary outage here.
Luke Meyer bombs one from the corner.
And they
come right back with 33, Vandenbroek with a slicing dive to the rim for a sweet little right-hand layup.
For those of you that are...
Steal by Ahmad. Streaks down the court for a 2-pointer. Limon getting a little bit sloppy coming out of the timeout, and apparently whatever Coach Peterson said in the timeout did not stick. Liggett's going to pull up from deep, and boy, I tell you what, that is the 3rd or 4th NBA range 1-dribble, 2-dribble pull up from 3 that Liggett's hit tonight. Badgers looking lackluster in the half court now, Tim.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. They came out sharp and got a good lead. It was 15-3, 12-point lead, and now
Liggett goes coast to coast. Had a couple of hesitation moves. Goes to the right hand, and the lane opens up and parts like the Red Sea for him, and he just lays it up right hand.
And now we're having a scoring fest here.
Yeah, now it's all happening here, folks, and I'm sorry that you can't see it. You gotta listen to me, but Castens to the left-hand dribble, pull-up, jump shot, knocks one down from about 15 feet. Liggett tries one from the car park, and he does not